Hello everybody in YouTube land and welcome to another episode of Kingdom Death with me and Fen. We are going up against another Screaming Antelope here today, and you had to talk a little bit about our settlement and give some perspective to people who might not know. So I'll throw the floor to you.
Yeah, so last time we recorded, we drew what's known as the worst card you can draw for a beginning settlement.
Let's go!
Event card. Yeah, and that's Plague. And the reason Plague is really bad is every time we come back, there's X number of people who are going to have to make a roll on a table that has a 20% chance of killing them because there's a plague rampaging through our settlement. And the really bad thing is we have to pick survivors with experience. Mm-hmm. They're our most valuable survivors. So there's two trains of thought in how you would go about this with picking your survivors. On average, most survivors coming back should make it. It's a 20% chance of dying. But I've chosen to take the slightly more cautious side and spread things around a little bit more. So I'm taking out Wilson, and we rolled up a new character to cover this because the situation seems really appropriate. It's our dear friend Calvin, who, if anyone knows how to survive a terrible situation, it's got to be Calvin.
It's got to be him.
It's got to be. So that's that. And additionally, when we get to settlement phase, we're really hoping to hit bloodletting off innovation. If that doesn't happen, then I'm going to have to take the reins a little bit to navigate stuff and improve our odds, because all we can do at this point is improve our odds as best as we can. Go on.
On the plague card, is there also one of the rolls that removes the plague, or do you need bloodletting for that?
No, we can potentially remove it with treatment, so that's the steps we'll be walking through. But we'll get to that if we get back from this, because we need the resources. So before that, we've got to take down another level 1 Screaming Antelope, and I'm hopeful this one doesn't run backwards past Overwhelming Darkness this time.
Yeah, fingers crossed on that, right?
Yeah. That was a rough one. Anyway,
so I think we can just go and do this, right?
I think it's worth briefly outlining what we're taking, so to refresh people's memory.
Yeah.
So we've got our main tank nearly fully. He's fully kitted out now in Rawhide.
Yep.
Yep. So that means he's got a deep pool of survival. He's got one of the best weapons, probably the second best weapon now with the bone axe. I'd say the beast knuckle's probably the best one we've got. But yeah, he's going to be covering most of the stuff, frontline duties. Then we've got our second tank is Calvin, who's only wearing a partial set. So he's a little bit more protected. He's got a little bit of extra evasion. But he's just there to be a switch hitter, except he's getting hit instead of, And then on damage, we're going to have Agnes, who's rocking the speed powder along with the beast knuckles. That should be a fun combo to see going. And then last of all, we've got Wilson, who is going to be taking the job that Skids did in kind of covering things here and there. Also, he's got a spear, which is really nice for fighting the antelope, as we saw last time. So that's it. It's kind of a classic tank, off-tank, main damage dealer, and then sort of a flex.
Nice.
Mostly damage at this point. But yeah.
Okay.
Right, least valuable character jumping on this. So I'm going to... Calvin can have his first visit out the settlement.
Sounds great.
You can have this card.
Let's see. Migration. It happened again. Nothing remains but unrooted acanthus plants, shattered ground ruined by hooves. Move the Screaming Antelope 3 spaces away from the survivors on the hunt board. Okay,
so we're Overwhelming Darkness again.
Let's go.
Fantastic. Calvin is doomed in every every way.
Is there an order for this, or do we just do one
choose? You just choose somebody who hasn't already picked or has picked the same number of times.
All right. My favorite, rolling on the random event.
Okay.
We have a 64.
All right. I have to flip the severe. No, actually, I can do this without. I'll go this way.
Question, is there a random event number that you don't want to hit? Is there some of those?
Yes.
You have the numbers internalized? Okay, cool.
There is a very famous number that I have a particular beef with.
All right. I hope one day I get to see it because I love beef.
Yeah. So what did you roll again? Was it
64?
64. There's also some really fun ones that are like, here we are. It's time lapse. Oh, okay.
All right. So stone fountain.
Oh no, time lapse. Oh, sorry, stone fountain. Stone fountain.
2 cup stone hands rise out of the ground. The hands hold clear, cold water that trickles through the stone fingers in a seemingly endless supply. Any survivor may consume the fountain. If they do, they gain +1 courage and roll 1d10. If no one consumes, I mean, I feel like we gotta consume because, like, you know,
Yeah.
the water is great.
There's really not too much reason not to, on the whole. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to do it with Calvin and Wilson because they could do with
Some courage.
Some courage. Yep. So
Roland would get a bold here. Is that worth Roland also drinking?
Bold can be like extra stat bonuses. You will get one of these abilities.
Okay.
I could tell you which one, or you can find out.
I think, yeah, honestly, I mean, if you're drinking with both of your people, I'll drink with both of my people.
I think +1 courage for the sake of the worst will probably be some brain damage most of the time. I'll take that trade. Okay, so we'll roll for Calvin, and he gets a 5, which is refreshing water.
Yum.
Yep.
All right, let's see Wilson.
Yep, a Wilson.
6.
Same again.
That looks like water. We got Roland here. Oh, no. The water is clear until it enters your lips, where it suddenly turns to blood. You spit out the foul liquid and suffer monster-level brain event damage. If you have the hemophobia disorder, you also suffer monster-level event damage. Oh, we don't have hemophobia.
No, so it's...
So we just... Okay, that's pretty
damage,
minor then. So just 1 brain damage. Okay, and we also do the courage. Do we do that just after we resolve this event for simplicity?
We'll finish the event and then do the courage, yeah.
All right, Agnes, give me a high roll. 8!
Yeah.
It's still just water, though, I think. It is, yeah. That's 9+.
The best results +1 survival, which we don't need. So actually, what we wanted was the courage.
Yeah, basically that was just for courage. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's do bold then.
Here we go. This page. Yes, here we are. So middle one.
In a single moment, your perspective changes profoundly. Select the triumph corresponding to the current game phase, which is hunt, so the middle. Expect the unexpected. You're prepared to face any mind-bending trials at a moment's notice. Where others may falter, you forge ahead, meeting the journey head-on. Gain the following ability and roll on the table below. So we gain prepared. When rolling to determine a straggler, add your hunt experience to the roll result. I imagine I'll figure what that means later.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just do this, and then I get a roll.
Yep.
All right. How about a 10?
Gain
+1 permanent movement.
Incredible. So movement's very, very hard to increase in this game, and it's also, in my opinion, overall the best stat because the higher your movement, the more spaces you can attack, and you can also, when you get access to dash, do some neat things with that to avoid being attacked. So that's really good.
Sweet.
Roland's got some legs on him, so I guess he's not parallel Roland, who tends to be a bit slower. Yeah.
No directives keeping him down.
No directives. Okay, right, I'll take Wilson in next because of these have a slight chance of sometimes being worse. Ooh, hello.
Dead antelope. The survivors are struck by the scent of rotting meat wafting from a hulking corpse ahead. The event revealer may lead the survivors to investigate. If they do, gain 1 random vermin resource, 2 random screaming antelope resources, and roll a 1d10. On a result 7+, the survivors, startled by the arrival of antelope's killer, a white lion. End the hunt now. Start a showdown with a white lion, 1 level higher than the quarry or the highest level available using the setup rules. Oh, goodness me. This sounds both good and bad.
So obviously getting the resources is amazing.
Yes.
But this is a 40% chance of having a fight that we probably are not prepared for.
Yeah.
We could win it, but it would be brutal as heck. And I would be more prone to gamble on it if we weren't in the situation where we are with the desperate need for resources.
Makes sense,
So my opinion here is, as much as I would like to be able to not run into overwhelming darkness, because this might bypass that, or if we had rerolls, I'd risk it. But I think my vote is to not do this here.
So I mean, it's your choice, event revealer, and I support it.
I'm going to play on the safe side here and have a basic hunt event.
Do you want me to roll for it?
Because, if you don't mind.
How about 97?
Ooh. No, I was thinking of 79 when I was excited then, but 97 is Living Stone. Oh, well, this might be cool. Okay, actually, this could be.
Living Stone. The ground suddenly shifts and rises sharply into the air. The survivors find themselves clutching the back of a giant creature that lay sleeping beneath their feet. That's cool. The survivors hold on for dear life, absolutely terrified. Nominate a survivor to climb toward the top of the giant and see what lies ahead.
Right, so the only thing we want to do is make sure they don't have any fragile gear.
Yeah.
Whoever does it, and also they can afford to take a real beating. So I volunteer Wilson. If we don't have anyone better, I don't think there's a better choice.
Yeah. So what's fragile? Where is that? Would that be just a trait?
It's a keyword. Yeah. So these keywords at the top.
Yeah. Okay.
Generally don't do anything unless something references them specifically. Apart from like weapon and melee, and weapon types. But yeah, so you'd say fragile on them.
Yeah. I'm down. Yeah, I'm down for Wilson. I'm down for Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson will go. I'll take this roll. Here we go.
Good luck. 6. You reach the top and have a perfect vantage point to see the world. If only there were enough light to see it. Set your sanity to 0. The giant carries you exactly where we're going. Start the showdown immediately.
That's what I was hoping for.
That's great news. That's great news.
Absolutely fantastic. That means we get to skip overwhelming darkness, which I'm thrilled about.
Sweet.
So yeah, hooray! That was the right decision. Let's get this showdown set up. I'll do the setup.
I right-click and set up.
Oh, you can. Yep, you can do it. Yeah.
Showdown level 1. Confirm.
Let's see what we got. Oh, okay. So we got a stone face and a survivor corpse.
Oh no.
That's all right. The stone face is really nice to get.
The stone face. Honestly, I'm so used to it. I'm glad it's here. It makes me feel safe.
Yeah, yeah. Good friend. So where do you want to come in from?
Yeah, so this one, because we don't have the monster corpse, we actually have to start on the sides.
We do, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me just remind myself of with this guy's normal, just target is, yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, we probably want Roland to kind of like be in the front to kind of bring people over, right?
Yeah, yeah, we do, yeah. That makes
sense.
So
like, what if he's like here and he like just then is gonna like just run in 6 and just try to get the antelope in?
Maybe move him up 1, so he's still in the front facing, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's really neat is if he doesn't reach the antelope, we can leave an acanthus here that he could reach. Cool. And the others, I generally, when we have a left side start, I'll pull them all over.
Yeah.
Because it keeps the antelope more focused on this side.
Yeah.
Okay, on the other things, so giant stone face rules.
So at least 6 spaces from all other terrain, and then set up at least 5 spaces from away from the board edges. So we can still put like the giant stone face in a pretty good spot, right?
We can, yeah. I'm gonna set up. So we'll do Agnes. We'll deal with Wilson will deal with the corpse, and then come in.
Seems good.
Then Wilson's on the stone face, isn't he? Yeah. So Wilson's gonna go for stone face. No, it'd be Calvin will deal with the corpse. Let's find a good spot for stone face first.
Like, it has to be at least 5 away from the edges, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't see why, like, kind of like this area wouldn't be, like...
we have to watch the top edge.
Oh, the top edge, yeah.
I can move the acanthus around a bit anyway, so we can...
I mean, like, is this 5 or is this 4?
2, 3, 4. It's yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So from the edge, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's by my count 5 away.
Okay. So like we could like put it here and here to still be a canvas.
I think forward 1 more is absolutely fine because survivor move. In fact, we could even go say this far because survivor movement's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
and he can climb on.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that seems good.
Put a canvas in front of it in case he's nothing. But actually, let's hinge it so he can go here. Right. So that is Calvin's job. No, Wilson's job.
Wilson's job. Calvin, yeah, Calvin's the corpse.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to get him out of the way. There we are. So that's Wilson's setup. Calvin probably just needs to be... No, actually, he's got spears, so... Where are you going to put Agnes? Because
I feel like I might just put... I was actually thinking maybe putting Agnes where Calvin is, because then Agnes could like come in here and just pick a plant too.
Yep. That makes sense. Okay, so in fact, then if I pop him...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool.
Pop him here and set that up underneath him.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, cool. I think that's kind of it. Let's just shuffle these. And everything shuffled. Right. So a quick refresher. Our antelope's toughness is 8, 11 wounds, 6 movement. Yeah.
Okay.
Okie dokie. All right. It goes first, and monster controller has got arrival stuff.
Oh yeah.
Stone face, stone noses even for Agnes.
Gain insanity, which is good because I feel like we kind of want to go crazy.
Well, yeah, if you're going to pop the speed powder, you definitely.
Yeah, I think that's kind of just like that's kind of the build we have here, and it could be.
Yeah,
I think we just go for it, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Any other stone noses? No, that's all we have.
No.
I remember we destroyed one of the last one because it was the easy thing to destroy.
It got eaten, yeah. And we were like, well, we can replace it. And then Plague went, well, are you sure about that?
Yeah. And we were like, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so rolling first?
Yeah, rolling monster controller, so.
All right, we got Buck. The start of each monster turn, target and attack any survivors in the blind spot, which is the back. It's back 2 legs.
Yep. So this isn't too bad, but it's
and this is a mood, right? So it goes here.
It is, yeah. This essentially makes the blind spot like a very dangerous place, but not total disaster.
Yeah.
Because it's only 1 speed at this level. Yeah.
So then this guy just stays here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless the move gets discarded for whatever reason,
so
it's there.
Again, as I'm trying to like understand like my favorite thing in games like learning like the tempo and like all that. This is basically, unless like we stand in the blind spot a lot, this was basically just kind of like a free wound.
Yeah.
Unless
it is. It's like a free wound. Yeah. And
nice,
as long as we don't make any mistakes. This is interesting, I like, because if you notice, it doesn't have move and attack, so the monster doesn't turn to properly match the way that it kicks,
really nice.
which is very thematic, yeah. Yep. Okay, well, that's it.
Where was the bug patch? It had to start here, right?
It always starts there,
okay.
Yeah. It has a fixed spot for this showdown.
Sure. Well, we're kind of just like moving in and setting up, right?
Moving in and grabbing a canthus and setting up whatever,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think Roland's gonna pick up this one right here. We'll interact with that one.
Yeah.
So I'll roll a D10, which is this guy right here, and I got a 9. Gain 1 fresh acanthus, strange resource, and archive this terrain.
Excellent. Okay, that's nice. That's another dried acanthus if we need it when we get back, or it's a heal on a location for him.
Nice.
And there's not really any timing rules on these things.
Okay, cool.
It's more or less, as long as you're not doomed or in the middle of resolving something.
It does seem nice, because like if you don't use it, it's just like good, and if you need it, it actually seems pretty good too.
Yeah, it's really good. With one of the expansions, you actually have a satchel that'll let you take them out on hunts. Which
that's cool.
Really,
that's
really
kind of fun.
Yeah, it's fun, yeah. Okay, well, let's see what Calvin manages, because he might not find anything, in which case Agnes may want to... And it's always archived.
Okay.
I was thinking of debris. All right, here we go. We've got a 10. He's got himself a skull and 3 insanity.
Yep. So, so fire moves. I'm sorry, I was just reading this for the camera. If fire moves to the space occupied by this terrain, they suffer brain damage. Oh, so that's why you started.
If he moves through, I could have started next to it. Yeah.
That's why. Gain +3 insanity and 1 skull basic resource. Very fun.
Yep. So that's the skull taking out the basic resource deck as well, which is. Improves all the other draws, because we like having... So he's gaining 3 insanity. We choose somebody else to get an insanity as well from the skull he's picked up.
Okay. So we could do Roland, because he's currently at 0.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Roland's MVP at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, so that's... Whoops, it's there. Archive that. And then from there, he'll move up to here. Sorry, I moved Agnes forward to... There we are. So Agnes should be there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think Agnes is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I'm gonna do the speed. Let's get the speed token. Let's do the speed powder. So we'll take 2 brain damage, putting us down to 0 insanity. And then we get a beautiful speed token, which increases the number of dice I roll when I attack, right?
Yes, yeah. So she will swing with 3 dice, which is quite interesting and good because the Beast Knuckle has a ability that the more you wound with, the lower the toughness is until the attack ends.
That does seem pretty sick.
Yeah, it combos quite nicely, yeah.
Okay.
And for the sake of reference, we'll just also pop that on there.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Say, hey,
good
it's
call.
used. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab a few more of those. You mentioned last time we should just have a few more about. So there we are. I'll get more if needed. Because really only 2 survivors need to track if they score wounds with their weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. You haven't written Katara on Agnes.
Oh, I can? Nice. Oh, yeah, before Hunt, yeah.
Yeah, before departing, yeah, that
nice,
was...
nice. Katara.
We discussed it last time, just...
Yeah, sweet.
Yep. Okay, and then... 1, 2, 3. I'm wondering... 1, 2, yeah, you can't get close enough. This... I expected the antelope to be further forward, so it doesn't really change the plan. He's going to end up being... I'm going to go for... Whatever, we'll just risk it and be here. That's
nice.
Fine. So he moves up and activates the stone face and deploys to that space there.
Sweet.
Technically, he's closest now if the antelope chooses closest target, but I'm willing to pay that price. Yeah.
All right. Monster controller is going to go to Calvin.
Calvin, okay.
And let's see what we got.
Yep, okay, it is...
Bolt.
A bolt.
Closest knockout survivor, furthest threat in range.
Okay, so that is going to be one of either Wilson or Agnes. And then it's going to full move away. So it's basically going to run up, attack, and run away.
Okay.
Well, I'll swing it at Calvin. He's our secondary tank.
Yeah.
And he's
also gets an insanity. He'll get
we could send it a Roland. Roland's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Calvin. Yeah, we can send it any of these 3. Actually.
So pros and cons for Roland is that he's the tank. He won't get insanity. With Calvin, he will get insanity, but he already has 3. So does he need more? Is the question, right?
He doesn't necessarily need too much more right now. I think he's pretty fine. You know what? I will take Calvin because let's just spend Calvin's protection while we have the choice.
Yeah, well, they have the opportunity.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and there. And then it's going to hit him with 1 dice on a 3+ because he has 1 evasion from the rawhide vest.
Nice.
Miss. Okay,
Ooh,
and then it will full move away. So essentially, it's going to run in a straight line away. Logically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 1 more. That gets it straight line away. Anything else would have had it first moving towards, so that's the only thing that makes sense. That's a pretty soft antelope so far.
Roland could get a hit in. He'd have to come in right here. I don't think we don't go into the blind spot, right? That's kind of like my new...
Not yet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Calvin's actually able to attack as well because he has a spear, and Wilson can attack because he has darts. So
Calvin doesn't have a spear. He has the Wilson has the spear. Yeah.
Wilson has the spear and the darts. Stupid me. There we are. Shouldn't have had both the ranged weapons on the same character. Should have had the...
Well, I think it's just because we had skids set up, right? This was originally skids
set up. Yeah. And actually, it's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I mean, like you said, we've had a soft antelope so far, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens from setting things up and changing plans, as you said. Yeah.
Why doesn't I think maybe Roland go first and we just move here and attack?
Roland should go first, definitely.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're gonna swing with my axe. So I will roll 2 dice. And I hit on a 6 or higher. 1 hit. In his furry tail, you strike the magnificent bushy tail. So I hit on a 5 or higher because it has a 8 to wound.
Yes, you wound on a 5 or higher. Sorry, if I realized I keep saying you say hit and I correct you with wound. And I'm not being rude. I'm trying to help distinguish because hits and wounds are quite distinct in this.
All right, so which one's the hit?
So the hit roll is the attack roll. Attack roll is to hit, and then this is, if you think like Warhammer, it's attack roll to hit, and then wounding
this is
roll
to wound. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I have no beef with that because they're one-syllable words, so I'll be able to get that quicker. That's why I call book in Arkham. Hit. Okay, so this is to wound. This is to wound. 5 or higher to wound. No.
Okay. No downside for that. Right. So Wilson will go next with his darts.
Heck yeah.
I just double check he's in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, just in range with 6. Oh no, he's got 8 actually on the stone face. +2 to hit, so nice. 5s.
Very nice.
8 is a hit.
In the inner thigh.
Okay.
Oh, we would love to wound on this.
That would be great, yeah. All right, so he is no strength bonus himself. He's got 3, so it's on 5s.
Let's go! That's huge.
Okay, so -1 movement token and a wound. The old classic don't look.
Okay, I think I might be able to grab the movement token. I think I can do this. Speed, that's movement. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, -1 movement. You love to see it. Very nice.
Huge, yeah.
Yeah.
And Roland can outrun this thing all day long.
Yep. Okay.
And the others, I think, are pretty much gathering Acanthus and moving in.
Closer. Yeah. Why don't you do Calvin first, because he's just further to the bottom of the board.
Yep. Sure. Calvin gets a 7 on the Acanthus. I think that's a success.
You find something tasty to consume. Gain 1 survival and archive this terrain.
Yeah. All right. It's an 8. It's a success, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's still a success, but not.
Yeah. You didn't poke yourself.
I'll take. Let's see. Are you going to just be moving straight ahead, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to pivot Calvin to here then.
Nice. All right.
Just to not have everybody on cardinal directions in case the Antelopes decides to run through people, which it sometimes does.
And I suppose once we're done with the Acanthus, like Calvin also seems really good to, if he can't attack, to use the headband to look at the AI cards, which would be nice.
Oh, you're up for a bit of monster control, are you?
If there's one thing I know, controlling your opponent is very good in like any game, so I'm always down.
It's brutal in this, yeah. It's really good.
Agnes hurt herself. Suffer 1 arm damage and archive this terrain. Ow.
Okay.
All right, and then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's a question: should I move? Like, I'm thinking like what's the difference between like moving, like 1 forward or 1 up to kind of also just.
Well, the only difference is if the Antelope moves any further forward to the right-hand side,
hard to catch up.
Nearer. The only reason I moved down is because I figured you were going to move fully forwards, and just to like not have 2 survivors in the same corridor.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I can't remember exactly which cards there are, but I believe the Antelope runs through occasionally. Survivors like charges through them as you'd expect. So it's just nice to not have people like I wouldn't have anyone behind Roland in this too wide corridor either. So it's just avoiding that. Yeah.
All right. I believe then is now going to go to Wilson to draw an AI card.
Yeah, Wilson gets
Slam. Closest knockdown survivor, furthest threat in field of view.
In range. I think that is going to be Wilson.
Okay.
And I think Agnes is getting run down here.
Because of the shortest route?
Yeah, because my 2 choices are 1, 2, 3, 4, like straight 5 forward, or I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in both cases Agnes gets knocked down. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. Agnes is knocked over and suffers 1 damage to a random location from collision. This is slightly better because at least if she has an option to get up, attack, and then move out to the blind spot, so she can take advantage of the bonus. Just see where she gets hit.
All right, let's roll the die. How about the foot? That's okay. She's got 2 of those.
Yep.
Okay. And then he's going to attack.
Yep. So this is another 1 speed attack. Okay, cool. This is hitting on the 2+ though. 3. That's a hit. Wilson is hit in the head, I will spend one of his survival to dodge that, because
Nice.
I don't really want a head hit there.
Yep.
That's fine. That's
what's this AI card? Oh, that's the gulp?
That's going to, I think, the crush and devour.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say, yeah, the
I think that's what's set up there. It's usually status cards to set up here for if needed.
All right, but now it's our turn, right?
It is. So
we would love, I think, probably Roland to do the call.
Yeah, the encourage. Yep, absolutely.
Because he can then roll and maybe get it back.
Yeah, spot on.
And we can do that at any of these like windows, right? Like, so it doesn't need to be Roland's turn. All right, so let's roll for the rawhide armor. He does not get it back.
Okay, so down to 2 survival, and she's on her feet. So Agnes should definitely go first here.
Yep.
Oh, you've done it. Great.
All right, so I will roll 3 dice to hit because my speed is increased.
Yep, and you hit on 5s.
5 or higher. 3 hits. Okay. Just waiting for that trap. But no trap. Okay.
No trap. Now you need to decide the order, because they're gradually... if she wounds, it's going to get stronger and stronger.
Turn the monster face away from the attacker and run forward in a straight line. Cancel hits now at a range. Well, I'd like to end with that one. The attacking the melee weapon, the wound on the roll is a 1 or 2. The monster consumes your weapon. Archive the gear and cancel the attack. Okay. If it's adjacent to the monster, the weapon is struck. Tugging frantically, it comes loose, but you stumble and suffer knockback. Oh no.
It seems like you've got a chance of having the attack end no matter what order you pick, so...
Yeah. Okay. I actually think I'm going to start with the gnarled horns, because I think it has the least penalty.
Oh, yeah. I agree. You've got a your wounding on a 4+, because you have 4 base strength, and so it's only on a failure.
All right. We got a wound, but don't peek.
Yep.
And now I hit on I wound on a 3 or higher now, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. 3 or higher until the end of the attack.
All right. Well, I guess I'd hate to lose this weapon. This one scares the heck out of me.
What can you do though? If you really hate it, you can just hit the rump and end the attack, which is, I wouldn't think that's wrong. It's up to you.
The only thing is, it's going to knock over our good friend Wilson, right? It's going to knock Wilson over. But I'm going to go for Giant Mouth. You don't win games by we have to be careful in other ways. I think we just got to speed this thing down. It's only a 20% chance, so we're going to hit wound on a 3 or higher. Let's go.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay.
Right.
And now we go for this one, which is a 2 or higher?
2+, yeah. Yeah,
wow.
And Wilson's getting run over no matter what. Unless you crit.
Which I won't. I even miss.
Yeah. Okay, so turn face away from the attack where it already is. We'll move in a straight line. 3, 4, 5, 6. Knocked. Whoops, it's K. It is. It's K.
This actually does seem like a pretty exciting... This Beast Knuckle build actually does seem pretty interesting. I'm curious to... waist.
In the waist. Yep, that's cool. That's his cloth. Gone. Okay, right.
I would love, I think, to use a Agnes Survival to get Wilson up.
Sure, yeah.
She knocked Wilson down, she'll get Wilson up. I think it's only fair.
Okay.
But I still get a move, too.
You do, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm going to come in, here.
Yeah. I mean, Wilson's going to be able to attack...
Yeah.
So...
do we want Kelvin to run towards this bug patch?
Yeah, I think we do. Have you spent the survival?
I did, yeah. I was at 3 down to 2.
Okay, cool. Right. I'll have Wilson go first then.
Nice.
So we just have maximum info about where the antelope is.
Yep.
So his line of sight isn't blocked because he's on top of the stone face.
Nice.
Hitting on 5s. Yep, that's a hit. Okay, bye-bye darts. Yep, bye-bye darts. No, it's the first strike. I saw blue and I thought it was the super dense. No,
oh, okay.
Right.
So first strike,
so
you must like this first. Interesting. The Screaming Antelopes' massive eyes glisten with human-like fear if the attacker is insane. Cancel all hits and end their attack. Otherwise, the attacker suffers 1 brain damage.
Yep, he's not insane. So I just get to do this normally.
Yep.
6 is a wound.
Nice.
Right. He won't move anywhere, so the antelope stays where it is. Oh, should have moved 1 less, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Nice.
Because of it's got -1 movement.
Right. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not in range. Yeah. So I guess Calvin will go visit the bug.
Yeah.
He'll do that to get out of Roland's way.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
What if instead of doing the bug this turn, is it worth it to do the headband and then like you can bug and move back in next turn?
Oh, okay. Yeah. If you want me to headband, I will headband. Absolutely.
I mean, sorry, no. Actually, Roland can also headband. So why don't you grab bug? Because Roland's not attacking this turn.
So yeah, I can bug if you want Roland to. I can activate if you want Roland to get this Acanthus. I'll activate the headband this turn.
Sure.
Because it's unlikely the antelope's going to be in Calvin's range next turn. So I'll headband this turn so you can grab some more Acanthus.
Sounds great.
Right. Okay. So its next 2 actions are chow down and chow down. Okay. Well. So it's going to eat some Acanthus.
So it can move. So we don't want to eat this one.
We want to let it get to that one.
That one, because then he'll move like right there and just eat.
Yeah, he'll eat and heal up. Yeah.
Okay. So does that it removes a wound?
Yeah, let's take the top. Yeah.
1d5.
It goes back on top. So until there's all the Acanthus is gone, it's gonna.
Oh, jeez.
It is quite a heal. Yeah.
It is a big heal. Okay.
Yeah, we need to scoop up the rest of the Acanthus pretty quickly, unless we really want this thing to heal up. Which
I mean, I think we can get all the Acanthus in like this next turn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So we can go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think I'll just grab this Acanthus right here.
Yeah, we know where the antelope will be, so that makes it.
Yeah. That is, I think, just a survival. That's great. I'm missing a survival.
Okay, it's archived.
Okay, well now I see the benefit of getting rid of those ASAP. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you just as a little like teaser of what's ahead? There's actually ways you can play that you actively want the antelope to do this.
Interesting.
So you can wound it more.
Okay. Yeah.
Because many locations drop resources.
Makes sense. Yeah.
We're not set up for that, but.
All right. This is going to come to me as Agnes.
Yep.
And what a surprise! Chow down. So if there are no Acanthus plants, it's discard chow down and perform a basic action. Otherwise, this is going to just move here.
Yep.
And eat this one.
Yep.
And then I roll a d10 and take like it's the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then chow down goes back on top of the deck.
Okay. 4 of them.
So 1d5, so half that.
Okay,
so
2 of them then. Nice.
2, yep. So it's heal, so they go on the bottom. So if you grab the top 2 cards of the wound stack and you might flip them back down. Yep.
Whoopsie.
There we go.
Okay. But now we also know that it has 2 basic actions for the next 2 turns.
Yeah, and its basic action is going to look for knockdown survivor. And if there isn't a target, it's graze. And graze in this situation is it's just going to move forward in a straight line.
Okay, good to know. So make way for deer, probably.
Yeah. Well, unless we wound these chow downs off, which is probably the thing we want to try and do first.
Yeah.
So looking at all of these, I think on our turn order, I think Wilson goes first. And he's not going to grab the Acanthus. He's going to attack and then move, because he needs to move regardless. So he'll take the opportunity to make use of his last bit on top of the stone face. Sorry, I'm just thinking, you know what? It's poking with spear time, actually.
Nice.
The deck's fallen down a bit. I had that brief moment where I saw the red and thought, no, sorry, the blue, and thought, oh my goodness, that's super dense. So
yeah,
I'm gonna stab with the spear. 2 dice hidden on 6s. Right, 1 hit. It is the
The hoof.
Restless hoof.
Attack the melee weapon is kicked out of reach. Okay, yeah.
Absolutely fine if that does happen. Here we go. Wounding on a 3 5s. A crit. Okay, so its hoof is destroyed, which affects some cards, and we get our first antelope resource.
Nice.
Give this a shuffle. It is a shank bone out of the hoof. That makes sense. Oh, yeah, down here. Oh, all right. Good job. And then he is going to, let's see, so if it moves forward, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's going to be about here, so he's going to just move to, we'll leave him one across here, just there.
And we have to get rid of, did you get rid of one of these chow downs, or do we have to do that still?
I did not.
It's okay.
There we are.
All right, we still want to grab this acanthus plant, right?
Yeah, otherwise it'll eat it and heal.
Okay, so maybe like Agnes next then?
Yep.
All right. Let's attack this.
Well, actually, so it won't eat it and heal if we wound this chow down off the top.
So we can, so we might as well see how this goes and then go from there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You could like attack with Agnes and then decide whether Roland grabs the acanthus or gets in there for some more.
One thing I do like about Roland is just from what I'm thinking is if Roland does grab the acanthus, he'll be up front too. So it's like one of those things. But yeah, I think no matter what Agnes attacks here, she rolls 3 dice with her speed, and she hits on 6 or higher. 2 hits. We have the pallet and the trap.
Oh, slide. Okay, bye-bye pallet then.
Yeah, this goes away. Panics under its undermouth, unleashing an inhuman wail, bucks wildly, leaps into the air. The attacker is doomed. All survivors adjacent to the monster suffer 2 brain damage, so that's Agnes. So she is going to have to roll on the insanity chart here.
On the brain trauma, okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it to brain trauma before you come over. Okay, if you stay over there, you won't have to do any editing. This is Naked Man page, yeah. So you roll and I'll tell you what you get.
Oh, sure, yeah. How about a 9?
Ooh, new perspective. Agnes is knocked down and gains 1d10 insanity.
Holy shoot.
And remember to knock her back 5 and knock her down as well.
2 insanity.
What? 1d plus 1d10?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 1d10. Yeah.
Okay, so we're knocked down and we go back 5.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so she's kind of knocked out of it.
Yeah, she's She is indeed out of it.
Okay, I think Roland is just gonna here's a question. Because Agnes hasn't moved because she's been knocked down. If we motivate her to stand up, could she still move?
It hasn't ended her act yet, so I believe so.
In that case, we probably should with Roland to get her back into the fight, I think.
I mean, we can encourage her up. Oh, yeah, she hasn't moved. Yeah, that's a good point then. Yeah.
We'll roll to see if I get my survival back as Roland. I do not. But we will get her up, and then I think because we didn't wound, Roland is going to come up here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You didn't move it forward off the.
Oh, sorry, because that's part of its trap. Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Yes, it's part of the trap resolution. Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because I'm pretty sure it just. What does it do if it can't graze?
It runs forwards.
Okay.
But it's got AI cards underneath. Do you want me to send Calvin in and hit it? He's in range now.
Sorry, in that case, where was I? I was here.
Calvin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, and then this is where I have to be. It might be worth a shot, right?
Because again, if we punch this chow down off, that's about the best result we can. Get in this situation. It means we don't lose Roland's action grabbing this acanthus.
Yeah. Sure, I think it's worth it.
Yep. Cool. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and attack with the bone blade. That is 2 speed, hitting on 6s. No hits. Okay. There we go.
All right. So now Roland's going to go grab the
acanthus. Yeah.
This thing's going to just run forward, right?
Yeah, it's going to follow its basic action. No one's knocked down, so it's going to just move straight forward 5 spaces.
All right. So I will roll off for this acanthus plant. A 4, which is find nothing and archive this terrain. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's everybody, right?
Yep, it is. Okay, so resolve this chow down.
Yep. Discard this in basic action. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I should have let you do it. I got fiddly.
I understand. That happens a lot of time when I'm playing with patrons. I'm like just doing stuff for them because it comes second nature, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna full move. It's if there are no, it's gonna move full forward in a straight line because it's doing this closest knockdown in range, but no one's knocked down, and it's gonna graze. So it's just gonna move 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Which is nice that we were able to actually like get that speed wound on him.
Yeah, the reduction in movement's pretty good. It allows Calvin to still get in and hit.
Yeah.
Wilson's in range as well. Roland could... I think we might want to consider our turn ordering because we've got... Roland's probably what? No, Roland can get in range as well. 1, 2, 3,
He would get
4,
into the
5.
blind spot, and he honestly probably could survive a buck.
A buck wouldn't be too much for him. This is going so well. He's got tons of soap to spend. So, yeah, would you reckon we just chase after it and everyone give it a good hit?
Yeah. What do you think of maybe like Kelvin starting first?
Yeah, can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to move in the full distance. And... Right, I'm going to bowl over here, actually. We get a no hits.
Okay. I think I'll just send Roland in next.
Yeah.
And he's going to move right into be in the blind spot, which means my hit roll is increased. Oh, do you mind just changing it away from the penis page?
Oh, sorry.
I see the eye in the corner, and I'm like, oh, that's there's something else lurking for me there.
I'm so used to that page.
Yeah.
I actually have physically. I made a bunch of reference cards, and I use those so I don't have to flick through the book.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I completely forgot I left it on there.
Okay, so I get I hit better now, right?
Oh yeah, you get +1 accuracy.
All right, so we hit on a 5 or higher. How about 2 hits?
How about
another trap? So this one's going to go and get shuffled in. Okay. Right, so we all will suffer 2 brain damage.
Yeah. Calvin has it to spend, so that's okay. Alright, he gets knocked back.
I'm lucky to see that so close back to back. And then it's going to move in a straight line.
Yeah, Roland's knocked down as well as part of it.
3, 4, 5. Alright, both of them went this turn, so...
Yeah.
It's a bit... That's a little bit of a bummer, though, for sure.
It's unfortunate. Okay, so we've got Agnes and Wilson left. Roland has no movement left.
I think Agnes might just pick the bugs.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Well, you do that then, as that involves rolls, and then we'll figure out where to send Wilson.
All right.
I think he's going to probably have to present himself as a target, otherwise the antelope might just start running away more if no one's in range.
All right. Roll 1d10 to scavenge the bugs. How about an 8? Gain 1 random vermin resource, then archive this terrain.
It's this lovely deck here.
Alright, shuffle. And how about... No,
the ant!
The ant's back.
Yeah,
consume this to swap your insanity and... Alright, cool. Alright, and that is me. So now it's just our good friend Wilson.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That puts him... within its movement range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah.
Nice. And you can also throw your darts at him too, right?
Ooh,
Are you worried about losing them?
No, it's worth doing. The darts at this point are kind of a disposable resource.
I getcha.
They either break or they like age out. They last a bit longer than you expect because they have 3 strengths. Anyway, yeah. He's hit on 7s. He misses entirely.
Cool. All right. We go to Calvin's activation.
Yep.
Okay. And we gotta start making. It was going good. We gotta just start making progress again. I believe we. Back kick.
Okay, blind spot, no one. Closest threat in range. This looks like Wilson's do it. Dodging again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it runs forward, and then it turns. So he's in the blind spot. Oh no! I do apologize. We have a destroyed hoof going on.
Oh.
It falls over.
Oh, destroyed hoof. The Screaming Antelope is knocked down. Oh, okay. That's good and bad.
Yeah. It's mixed blessing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Just 2 spaces away for Calvin. Right. Well, it's good to know that it has this back kick, so it's going to fall over again.
If it comes up again?
In the reshuffle, yeah. If it comes up.
We get up.
Yep.
We just like move the team in, right?
Yep. Well, let's send Wilson in first, so we see where we, because it might trap.
Yes. Yeah. Good call.
I think that's relevant. Right, he will. Actually, he's going to attack from 1 further back.
Yeah, because the spear
makes more sense because the spear. Okay, 2 hitting on 3s because it's knocked down. Manages 2 hits.
What does that do for it? Just
you hit on 3s on knockdown, and you get to ignore any reactions.
Oh, huge. Okay.
Yeah.
-2 toughness to wound this location, and then first strike. You only have to select this first. Don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, and just roll for that one. That is a crit, so it's got -1 evasion, and this is archived. His eye is destroyed. It's restless eye.
-1 evasion. And evasion is, it's now easier to hit, right?
Yeah, well, basically all our survivors have +1 accuracy against it, yeah.
Huge.
And I was excited because I was like, maybe that's another resource, but I'll take a easier chance to hit.
Yeah.
And then this one, -2 toughness. Let's see, 9. Yeah, that's a wound.
Nice.
So that's the chow down healing gone.
Nice. Oh, that's good.
So we have back kick, chow down, slam, and bolt. So bolt is the running attack and move away. Slam's just a normal attack. Yeah.
And the chow down now is also just a move, right?
It's just a move, yeah. And the back kick is a fall over. So this is
this is looking pretty all right.
Yep.
Okay.
This is a pretty smooth fight.
We just send the team in, right?
Yep, send in the team. We can't AI control because there's nothing in the deck to look at.
Okay, that makes sense. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I also don't think I've wounded with Roland. I think I missed my 2 attacks, but I did remember that I needed to do this beast knuckle.
Yeah, well, I think we do not want to kill this thing until Roland gets his wound in, because you can only gain a maximum 1 proficiency a year.
Okay, yeah. So you want to just make sure you hit it.
Yeah, from the showdown anyway.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, there's a 25% chance it just falls over again. So.
Yep. Okay. So the antelope will gets. Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so antelope gets up. I could choose to face it. Takes on the stand up. So I'm going to have it face this way because that's where most of us are if it does a run forward. Grab the deck, give it a shuffle. And it is going to fall over, I think. No, bolt. Okay, no. So...
Furthest threat in range.
That. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's these 2. Double check that one. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, they're both at 4.
I mean, we sent it to Roland, right?
It runs straight through Wilson if I do that.
Oh, that's okay. So maybe not then. Yeah. We can move it here then.
Calvin here.
Nice.
Everyone's in range still. Okay. So it is hitting on a. Oh, it's going to full move away in a straight line anyway. So it's gonna head up this way. It'll end up by Wilson. Yeah.
I think Roland can still get there.
Yeah. Okay. Hits on a 2+. Yep. And hits in the legs. I'll just take that. That's the light injury soak. That's fine.
Okay.
And then it full moves away from all survivors in a straight line. I think technically, now I think about it, it runs to the edge of the board and stops. Do you agree with that? Like, because it needs to move.
If it moves away from all survivors.
Yeah, and it's first. This is away here.
Yeah, this would be up. So yeah, I would say that makes sense to me. Yeah, it would be like towards him. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it ends up here. That's my thoughts on this, because it hits the. Hang on, okay. Actually, I can't remember. This is the thing I always forget. The edge of the board is something I have such a blind spot for. I am going to check what happens once it hits the edge of the board moving.
Yeah.
I memorized this after we had this happen before, and then it slipped my mind again.
Yeah, there was more important things to keep up in the database. I get it.
It's just one of those. Right. Showdown board edges. Okay. If movement or knockback will cause the survivor monster to move off, instead stop the movement at the board edge. Okay, there we are. Stop the movement at the board edge. It's if you're on the board edge, you skitter along it. Can you? So you can try and help remember that. If it's moving or getting knocked back to the board edge, it stops on the edge.
Okay,
which is
stops
this
on the edge.
Here.
Yeah.
And then if it's on the edge to start with, you move along the edge.
Okay. All right. So if it's moving towards the edge, it always stops. If it starts on the edge, it has to move. Okay.
Yeah. You would think after playing this game for 7-8 years, I would internalize this thing. I don't know why I can't.
I get it, because like me and Arkham, there's a lot of stuff like that, and I've been playing that game for 10 years now. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think part of it is like we play, because we're on camera and we're recording, we play way faster than I do normally. Yeah. I am constantly buried in my references and books to try and make sure what I'm doing. Right, so there we are. We established it's in the right place. We did it, I think, correctly. I think Roland goes in for the first hit here.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, even Agnes can get in. Sure.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going in the blind spot. I don't care if this thing bucks me.
He's got the soak to tank.
Yeah, I'm the tank, and I haven't been able to do that yet. Oh yeah, what does Brain Mint do? Remove all your tokens and stand up. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But like, move all your tokens. That would be like bleed tokens.
Yeah, bleed tokens, priority token.
Would it also get rid of like speed tokens if?
Yes, if you had any.
All right, good to know. It's basically just like a refresh.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
2 hits.
Yep.
Do I have anything for that? What is this? This is called like a perfect hit?
It's a perfect hit. No, Agnes has something that triggers on perfect hits, but Roland has a higher chance of perfect hits without a trigger yet.
I'm just curious, what is Agnes's thing that triggers on perfect
Mighty
hit?
Strike.
Mighty Strike,
yeah,
okay.
Her fighting art, so you can hover over that. It's extra strength on a perfect hit, each per perfect hit.
Nice. And what does Timeless Eye do?
+1 to your perfect hit range, so perfect hits on a 9 or a 10 for Roland, as long as you're not blind.
Okay. So really there's like no synergy to that yet.
No, but there is. Axes do have some perfect hit synergy further down the line, so you might get that.
We do not have a club or a shield. There's no downside, so we're just going to go for the furry tail first. So I hit on a 4 or higher. Sorry, I wound on a 4. A 5 or higher.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Boom. Yep.
So we will also mark our axe.
Right, I'll discard that. You can take the wound off.
And then same thing here, 5 or higher.
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Agnes going for the kill.
I think so, yeah.
She's furthest away. She's got to move the furthest.
3, 4, 5. And I hit on a 5 or higher because the evasion is lower, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I roll 3 dice.
So that triggers the Mighty Strike.
Okay, Mighty Strike. So just you just said it on perfect game +2 strength. That seems pretty kind of sick.
Yeah.
It actually seems pretty good also with the knuckle too.
And the speed powder and everything. Yeah, it all comes together very nicely.
Oh, it's gonna just turn to face me. Okay, so I will wound on a 2 or higher.
Correct. Yeah.
Is that always the case? Is this a rule I'm making up, or is the 1 always a miss?
The one is always a fail. The one is always a miss. There are certain exceptions. I know of one monster that gets to ignore that kind of rule, but for the most part, ones always fail and Lantern 10s always succeed.
Nice. Gain a Screaming Antelope resource, and it's also going to gain a -1 toughness token.
I'll grab the -1 toughness token.
I'll grab the antelope thing. Yeah. How about this Screaming Brain? It's back.
Nice. I don't think I've complained about another Brain Mint, actually. It's a really good piece of gear.
Nice. Okay.
Did you do the wound?
I did not. Now I did.
Okay, so it just has the bolt left.
Whoopsie. Okay, and who hasn't gone?
Calvin and Wilson haven't been because Roland went first.
Roland went first, yep.
So I'll have I'll have Wilson go first. 1, 2, 3. Because he can make an attack from a spot with the spear. And also it means Calvin's not adjacent in the worst case scenario. Okay, so hitting, it's +1, so on 5s. 1 perfect hit. Nice. In the Restless Shoulder.
So now, because it's -1 toughness, you hit on it's 7, so you hit on a 4 or higher? So you're wound on a 4 or higher.
Wound on a 4 or higher, yeah. Fail? Okay.
No
didn't
reflex.
Jump on Roland. Yeah. Alright, so Calvin will go to here and attack with the Bone Sword.
Nice.
1 hit on 5. That is the Restless Chest and wound reaction. A fail. Eee. Alright. So that is monster turn, which is Agnes.
It's Agnes, but it's going to start with a kick against Roland.
Yes.
So it's going to hit on a 4 or higher? Because the evasion?
Yeah, because it's +1 evasion, yeah.
Alright.
So it hits. You can roll the location before you decide if you want to dodge that.
Head? I mean, I have armor, so let's just use it.
Yep, fair. Fair.
Alright, and then now it's going to do the bolt, because that's the only thing we have left.
Yeah. So furthest threat in range, that is going to be
Wilson again?
Yep.
So it's gonna move and then like go there, right?
Yeah, it's going to move, it turns to face him, and then it hits on a 2+.
Oh yeah, that's me. I was like,
yeah.
So something's missing here. All right, it's gonna hit.
All right, let's see where it hits.
About a hand.
1 damage, isn't it?
Yes, 1 damage.
That's fine. He takes a light to the hands, and then it's going to full move, and it will run upwards because that's the away.
3, 4, 5. Okay.
Right.
1,
so
2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't. Oh, I think only roll. I mean, I think
Wilson
these two won't be able to get
range.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we'll have Wilson. Yeah, Wilson go first because you can attack from the corner spot. And
yep, seems great.
No, actually, where do you want Roland to attack from? Do you want to attack from the?
I mean, I might just go to the blind spot again.
Yeah. Okay.
Like the number to hit is like so easy.
Yeah, if you can do that, then I'll attack from here. Otherwise, I'd have like attacked from the spot here further on the flank. Okay, 2 dice hitting on 5s. That is 2 hits.
Nice.
1 perfect. Not it matters. Okay, no trap. I'm going to roll for the throat first. That is a crit.
Gain a Screaming Antelope resource.
So
there's a chance this blow it snaps the neck.
Right, so you smacked a tooth off it.
Nice.
And sure, let's do the old was it N? No. Okay, it's not dead.
I mean, the 1 is even perfect with the little not the right one there. So
I think it's V. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's gonna wound.
Yeah.
So now it's just running.
Yes, it will just be running unless.
Assuming you don't just kill it here.
Yep. Okay, let's see. We get a 3 is not going to kill it. No, I needed a... Let's double check. 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Needed a 4. Okay.
Okay.
Take us home, Roland.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello. Bit worried about the trap, but that's okay.
You can't do anything about it. If it's there, it's there.
Hit on a 4 or higher? Yes.
Hang on. You got +1 and you're in the blind spot, so it's +2.
So yeah, -6, so then it's 4, right?
Yeah, 4s.
Nice. 2 hits. The Restless Rump and the muzzle, the Restless Muzzle. Well, I'll go with the muzzle first because we miss on the other one. It's -1 toughness, so it's 7. So I hit on a 4 or higher. I wound on a 4 or higher.
Yep.
Nope.
Nope.
Same one over here for the Restless Rump.
Yep.
Yes.
Boom. Okay. It dies. There we go. Jolly good show, everyone.
Rest in peace, Screaming Antelope.
Yeah. So I think now you've seen how different the Screaming Antelope is to the lion and how skittish it is. It's very... I really like how well they express the personality of the antelope as a prey animal. Like
100%, yeah.
It's very, like, all over the place.
Yeah, and, like, its attacks are also, like, it's reactionary, right? Like, the lion is, like, actively trying to kill you, and the antelope is just like, oh, you are in its way, or it's, like, bucking, because that's all, like, you know, it's just, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it also has a messed up stomach that eats you, but we won't worry about that.
We didn't have to... This one doesn't do that, unfortunately. Okay, so we go to
rewards.
Yep. I'm gonna have to do. Let's see. Go to.
I'll just start moving these things kind of over here.
Yep. And you can start grabbing the resources if you want.
Is it 4 of each?
Yes, 4 of each plus the extra ones we scored.
Nice. All right.
It's a decent haul.
Basic resources are these ones. Give us just a little shuffle. Oh, we got a perfect organ.
Neat.
Monster hide, a monster organ, and a love juice. We got a lot. This thing was just loaded with organs.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's pretty good.
Another shank bone, a beast steak, a bladder, and a spiral horn.
So this is one of the things that's like most tricky to get for constructing the armor set.
Oh, nice, awesome.
We didn't get any pelt though, so that is a.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's nice. That's one of the hurdles out of the way. Okay, everybody gets 100 XP, and those survivors who have weapon proficiency who scored a hit and a wound gain that.
Nice.
That's a jolly good showing. Right. So we return to the settlement. Let's, I remembered, unlock this and flip it and rotate it. And let's just, there we go. So set up the settlement, that's done. We return, we gain our endeavors. There's our 4 endeavors.
Nice.
And we update our timeline. So we are on to Lantern Year 4.
Which is not at all scary with this butcher level that I've kind of just been ominously looking at.
So first of all, we draw the settlement event, and then we're going to have...
it can't be plague, right? Like, we can't get 2 plagues?
Yeah, if we hit the plague, it means that's the only settlement event card for the year. Yeah,
nice.
So we can hit plague, but it doesn't do... No double plague.
Elder Council. The elders of the settlement gather to reminisce over their hard-won scars, count the total number of hunt XP among all survivors, add the bonuses, and consult the table.
Okay. So I'll do the survivors in settlement if you do the ones who went out on the hunt.
All right. We have 4, 7. We got 9 on mine.
8 on mine.
So that's 17.
Yep.
And we don't get any of these other ones, right? The Saga, Sanctification, or Records, because we don't have those.
We don't have those innovated, no. So...
Ooh. Okay.
All good and bad.
So we're adding 17 to this?
There's no dice roll.
Oh, it's just the thing. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we've got bonus dice rolls if we had them. No,
so we lose 2 Endeavor, which is kind of scary with the plague coming up.
Yeah. And then the elders, who are these guys who came back, and Wendy and Pete and Skids and Silas.
So they each gain +1 per, so teach up to 2 survivors with 0 hunt experience and old trick. They each gain +1 permanent accuracy and +10 survival.
Okay, I've grabbed 2 ladies because we've been naming most of the men. Yep. So here they are.
I mean, this is kind of nice too, because just thinking about like the plague, we now have some people that we can also send out and like start doing things with.
Yeah, +1 accuracy is nice. I will probably be taking these 2 ladies out for the butcher fight.
What about like one of them's Rita Young? So just Rita.
Sure. Yeah.
And then I'll let you can do the other one.
I want to save my favorite survivor class survivor for later.
Okay.
So is Daniela is the guardian who turns into survivor?
Yes, yeah, Daniela, right? Yes. Yeah.
Is it 1L?
1L, yeah.
Yeah, Daniela. Daniela it is.
Nice.
Yeah. No wrench. A bone wrench, yes, please. Okay, cool. Losing the 2 endeavors could be bad.
Yeah.
Right. So we follow in the order we've got. So we have our Nemesis encounter with the Butcher happening at the end of this year instead of a hunt.
Yeah.
So we go to Bone Witch next. This is the first time we encounter the Bone Witch. I'm going to flip to the page. This is probably one you're going to have to pixelate a little bit. So if you recall, this is where we picked one of our, was it convictions?
Yes, the
society principle of collective toil.
Yes,
and one of the survivors got ejected from the settlement as a part of that.
She's gonna be pissed.
Yeah. So there you are.
All right. One day, the exile emerged from darkness. From the darkness, the settlement worried at the sound of her wailing chants. Everyone feared what mystery kept her alive in the darkness all these years. Some could not resist asking. All non-deaf returning survivors get +3 insanity. Okay. Well, Agnes is definitely insane, but that checks out. She is a mystic. Okay. The most insane returning survivor is inexorably drawn to the Bone Witch and must endeavor at the witch camp. So is that Agnes?
That's Agnes, yep. And that means we've only got 1 endeavor for treatments if people get sick.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Must endeavor at the witch camp. Otherwise, during the settlements phase... Okay.
Right, so...
endeavor at the witch camp if they choose. Okay.
Yeah, that's all here. I'm going to grab the plague card now. We're going to have to resolve that.
That's a little bit spooky for sure.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It was second from the top.
It's sticky.
It is.
All right.
Okay, so sickness sweeps through the settlement. Survivors stricken without warning. Select 4 survivors at least 1 hand XP. So I'm afraid Wilson and Calvin are 2 of the ones that I'm choosing because that's what they came out here for.
Do we do one of the twins?
Yeah, Peter probably. He's done the least, and then we've got to pick somebody. Now let's see if this. We probably don't want to pick Agnes. So, and I probably don't want to pick Roland.
Yeah. So then it's either Skids or Silas.
Or Wendy.
Or Wendy,
I think it's Wendy out of these.
Okay.
Skids has got the most XP, and also he's doing something I'm forcing myself to do in this campaign.
Yeah. Silas has the 0 presence. Which...
Silas has 0 presence and is our spearman.
Yeah.
So yeah, Wendy, up you come.
But I mean, like with Wendy coming here, if all of them get poisoned, if all of them get not poisoned but plagued, she's the one who takes the endeavor, right? Because she was the last one who got here. Because we only have 1 shot.
It's our choice, but yeah, we can pick her. Yeah. Okay, so let's roll. I shall roll for Wilson and Calvin because I was handling them, and you can roll for Peter and Wendy. Hey, these are all survivors. No, you named Wilson, but most of these I named. All right. Okay, Wilson. Here we go. Sorry, Wilson.
Wilson is dead.
Update the death count. Oh, he is.
All right. Calvin. Good luck, Calvin.
Okay. Calvin, can you manage to not die where Wilson failed?
Yeah.
Holy moly!
Full recovery is huge.
Calvin is just doing Calvin things.
Yeah.
What a boy. I'm going to put that, I'm going to note that somewhere.
All right, let's do Peter. No, Pete is going to die at the end of the lantern year, or the end of the phase. And Wendy...
Come on, Wendy.
...is also going to die.
Right, okay, so...
Man, losing those 2 endeavors really sucks.
Really, really sucks. Okay, so we're going to have to discuss a bit, because here's the thing. We've lost 3 endeavors, really, because Agnes has to
do this
endeavor at the Bone Witch.
Yeah.
And that's a must, so we pretty much have to do that right now.
Yeah.
The only way we could have stopped it is by having her roll on the returning and die to the plague.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm afraid that I think Pete and Wendy have a very high chance of dying.
Because what I imagine is it's better for us to innovate if we can.
We've really got to innovate. And I mean, we've got a 20% chance of getting this successful treatment and removing plague.
Yeah, or we could like try to get bloodletting and then...
Yeah, so I think we need to try and get blood. Well, let's see what happens with Wendy first before we decide.
Oh, with Agnes? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, with Agnes, sorry. Yeah.
All right, so I will roll a 1d10.
Yeah. Whoops, I flipped the page. And again, it's my bad.
9. The Bone Witch whispers of the horrors and wonders she has seen, arming you with valuable wisdom. Gain +2 insanity, +1 understanding, and the Bone Whisper's secret fighting art.
Here you are.
Understanding and this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna save that in this. Wow, that's a scary picture I just saw there while we were writing. Okay, this thing is secret fighting art. When another survivor dies on the showdown board, place a token where they died. If you pass over, remove the token and eat their skull. Heal your survivor and roll 1d10 plus your hunt XP. That seems so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's. I mean, that seems like just upside.
Yep. It seems a very mystic thing as well.
Yeah, definitely. All right, here. I'll let you reset the book.
Yeah, turn the page once.
Okay. But now we are in crafting stuff, right? And like innovating and all that.
So
right now, Kelvin is okay. Unfortunately, our good friend Wilson is dead. And Wendy and Peter, the twins, are currently dying.
So yeah, so we can endeavor. If we get bloodletting, they both will die because that all we can do to fix them is a treatment. But we will have bloodletting to.
Yeah, and we also have to write plague in here for the next year, right?
Yeah.
Plague.
Bloodletting will reduce the amount that we have to deal with, like giving treatment to people.
Yes, yeah.
Or we can treat one and then take a 20% chance of clearing this.
How many cards are in our innovation deck right now?
Yeah, right.
We have to add one more, right?
Yeah, one more. I think it's 7. It should be. Let me find Lantern Oven. There it is. Yeah. So this is like, it's a hard decision.
Yes.
Let me check. It is.
Honestly, 1, 2... I think this is something that, like as you said earlier, I think this is something that you can take the reins for. Because I trust you to know what's better for the long term. With all that said, I don't mind like if everyone dies and like we have to start at 0. That's the game, baby. So I won't be upset if it does happen.
Yeah. So I'm gonna talk out both situations and see what feels best. Right. So if we innovate, we get to see 2 of 7 cards. Lantern Oven is a dead draw. Absolutely do not even want to craft it and pick it. Symposium is like consolation prize. And bloodletting is the jackpot. That does mean we're guaranteed losing Wendy and Peter. Okay, so but then bloodletting's available for us to try and essentially deal with the plague for the most part, but it will keep coming back. Like plague doesn't completely, bloodletting doesn't completely remove plague. You need to not have people die or succeed the treatment.
Yes. It's only if everyone hits a 3 to 10.
Yeah.
Oh, that's spooky.
It is it's really spooky. It's hard to deal with at times. Right. I think we need to save someone.
I was actually with that logic that this isn't a guarantee. I do think saving Wendy also means, fortunately, unfortunately, we have another body to throw on the fire next year.
Yeah, it does.
Yes. If we even survive the butcher.
I think that's how it goes. I could have thought more about things to do. I had other plans, but losing this many endeavors from the Elder Council and then the Bone Witch. I mean, I figured the Bone Witch of -1. I thought I had 3 endeavors to play with.
Yeah,
having 1. So we're gonna try and treat Wendy.
All right,
she's worth slightly more than Peter.
Let's do it, but it's gonna be a 10.
Yep, sure. Okay, I've got. Oh, that's it. The V, I think, does it. Let's. You know what? I'm gonna double check. This is. Yeah,
it's worth it.
Yeah, it is V. Yeah. Okay. All right. Tell me what.
For the love of all that's holy, give 2 content creators a break. There was the lantern there for a second.
Hug in the air. Right, she's fine. She's received treatment, but Pete's. Sorry, Pete.
Pete's gonna go in the pit.
It's gonna go. That I'm just gonna update the death count now because that's the 3rd death. It'll happen at the end of the year. Okay, so right, settlement storage stuff. So we have a lonely ant. We got a 2nd lonely ant now, and that is essentially just going into storage.
Nice.
Back you go. Right, so this is a little bit of you're going to actually have quite a free reign on things to get because in truth, I've got virtually most of my decisions being taken from me. But what I think we might want to consider doing, we're going to have a look at what the cost of crafting the helm is. The Screaming Antelope helm. But if we can afford it, I would actually like to bank these 3. The reason for that is Nemesis fights actually don't drop a lot of resources. That's not what they're there for. But you still have a settlement phase as normal, which means I'm essentially seeing if we can bank to do have an innovation next year.
Okay.
Is the goal.
Yeah.
Now, but I'm just going to set them to one side and we can have a little look at it. For the most part, though, this is actually just you've got free reign on the rest because there's not much more I can do except maybe we do spend this to try and do population, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably worth it.
Yeah, it's population without spending endeavors, and we kind of need that, so we're hemorrhaging.
Yeah. Well, we can't craft another of the knuckles because we don't have the pelt.
No.
There's too many organs hanging out in this guy.
It was full of organs. We don't have any scrap either, do we? No.
No. So we can't do the helmet, right?
We should bank the... Oh, okay. Right. We don't bank the horn, I don't think. Oh, no, that's what we do. We bank the horn this way as the bone. People who've played before know why I'm being a little hesitant on this. I'm not going to spoil further, but we're probably going to bank these.
Okay.
We spend everything here, and you might even want to spend the perfect bone in the storage as well.
Okay.
Let me look at one thing. Damn it. Not enough hide. Yeah, we needed 2 hide. Okay, yeah. So pretty much, I think we should do the love juice, and then get some stuff crafted.
All right. Why don't you roll? Get to the intimacy page, and we'll roll. And I'm pretty sure we get to do 2, right?
We've
roll twice and pick one result. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
We should put Agnes and Silas together.
Sure.
All right. Let's see what we got. A 1 or an 8. Probably want to do the 8.
Probably want to do the 8, yeah.
Yeah. They gain +10 survival each, so they're just going to go up to 3.
Yeah. And I'll peel a sheet off. Here we go. We've lost 2 men and 1 woman, so for the sake of balance in respect to the number of investigators, we'll have a little lad. You'd like to give this lad a name?
All right. Trying to think of like a good ally, or like a good. You know what? This could be David. This is David Renfield. Which means we probably want to kill him ASAP because he's going to amass some doom. Welcome to the village. You gotta go.
Congratulations, you're going out to fight the butcher, David.
But I mean, like in theory, if we have also they gain an understanding because we have the death, so new survivors gain +1 understanding.
Yeah, well remembered.
And I mean, like, are we gonna just because of also the plague? Are we sending out 4 nobodies?
Okay, so you may want to send out Agnes and 3 nobodies.
Okay.
There's other reasons for that become clear at the end of the fight. You could send Roland, Agnes, and 2 nobodies if you wanted. Those are all perfectly fine and valid options.
Okay. All right.
So maybe we put the gear together and then
like what do we freaking craft with this? It's just a bunch of organs.
So what we could craft.
We have the organ grinder.
We do have the organ grinder, and that was. Oh yeah, you've reminded me. Okay, so, I think actually we should consider another screaming brain, but that's not guaranteed. But what I'm going to say is, so this perfect organ, is like really great and wonderful when you're further on.
Yeah.
Right now, it's just a fancy organ.
Yeah.
So I'm going to introduce you to. One of the amazing pieces of gear you've not encountered yet.
Okay.
And I'm going to sacrifice both of these 2 to do that.
Okay.
And this is the organ grinder, and you should be able to figure out which one from the...
Monster grease.
Yep. So, say hello to your new best friend.
Okay. Gain 1 play evasion, 3 green connections, gain +1 evasion. Interesting.
Yeah. So we're going to be sticking that with a full set of rawhide to stack evasion as much as possible.
Where do we have a green somewhere on the right? We don't
Not
now.
Yet, no.
But
no.
Just like having the person kitted out, it's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are we left with now? We have another bladder.
Yeah.
And another brain.
And we do have in storage another bladder. I think we could leave that bladder in storage.
Yeah.
Bladder and perfect bone in storage is like hopes and dreams.
Is there anything? Oh, I mean, we also have a French acanthus.
We do. That could be another dried acanthus.
Yeah, we might as well just make another dried acanthus.
Helpful. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So here's how I see it. Have you grabbed the dried acanthus or?
No, it's.
I'll grab it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, there's still a couple of pieces of gear you haven't seen left, so let's.
Fair.
Preserve the mystery a bit longer. Okay, so dried acanthus, put that there. Okay. Right. So this is what I was going to say is, we could craft the skull helm with this skull. Yeah. It doesn't have an armor set on it, so it's a little bit disposable, but it is a bit of our head protection, which may come in handy.
Yeah, let's do it. That sounds great.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I also realized we do have ammonia, so it does unlock a few more things as well. Most of them require leather, which we don't have, or hide, which we're saving.
Yeah.
Okay.
We just don't know. We can't get leather without a leather worker, as you'd imagine. Right, and then I'm going to be asking you one final question, and you can decide on this. So here's a skull helm for you to look at.
3 armor for the head, and this is fragile. When you suffer severe head injury, the skull is destroyed. Archive this card. That's really cool.
It is cool. We might not be taking it against the butcher.
Fair.
That's there's reasons for that, but I wanted to craft it so you could make the decision. Okay, so here's the last thing.
Yeah.
We could spend 3 bone all on 1 weapon.
Yep.
It's this bone club.
Yep.
Now, are you interested in doing that or not?
Is the alternative what? Just getting other stuff or saving it?
Making some more bone weapons, really. The shank bones don't turn into too much. Or we could make a set of bone earrings with a pair of shank bones and another weapon of some kind. That's...
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, that's a great question. Because I'll tell you one thing. The weapon I play in every every Souls game is a giant club.
Okay, and then go with your heart.
Yeah, so when you say like big club, I say yes, let's do big club over earrings. Let's do big club.
Cool.
Big club. 265. Weapon melee, heavy two-handed, cumbersome. Spend a move as additional cost to activate this weapon. Ignore cumbersome if this weapon is activated indirectly. Okay, so it's hard to move, but it hits like a fucking horse. However, we can bring multiple weapons, right?
Yes.
So, like, you can just, like, use this if you're, like, in position.
Yeah.
And, like, have another weapon to just attack. Okay, I mean, that seems just, like, pretty legit then.
Yeah, it is pretty legit. I'm going to be back in a moment. I'm just going to go grab a model from the cabinet. If I remember correctly.
Okay, and we have 2 organs left.
Yeah.
And you were talking about us potentially spending our remaining organs, right?
It's certainly worth spending them. But I'd like to introduce you to, say hello to Old Joe.
Hey, Old Joe. Oh, he looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's a bone club.
Here's what I'm thinking, okay? What if... Because we also have that bladder that's just hanging out, right? And, like, you said I should spend that, right?
Well, we've got 2 bladders, and we could easily spend one of them, for sure. Or 2 if you really wanted. We're going to have more antelopes, so...
Yeah, you kind of... I know you like the blood paint, because let me know if this is, like, good moving forward for our next fight in the future. If I was thinking, like, what if we use the brain to get another brain mint, but then also another monster grease to just get, like, more evasion? Is that, like, worth it, or is, like, 1 monster grease probably enough?
Nothing wrong with having 2 monster grease. That's perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was thinking, like, Screaming Brain, then spend the bladders to get monster grease too. But also, like, if we do want to save for the blood paint, I'm for it. But at the same time, like, we have to unlock paint. There's so many things that, and because the antelope is our enemy of choice, odds are we'll find more bladder, right?
We may well find more bladders, and if we were in a position where we could be really save things like that, then I'd be like, no, let's save. But we're already saving 3 resources here.
Yeah. And I mean, the reality is too that I do feel like we are a settlement right now that actually doesn't have a long-term future because of this plague. So, like, we might need to just be in the now.
Invest in power. Yeah.
And okay, let's get a brain mint too.
Sure. I think the second brain mint is fantastic.
Because also something is telling me when you got these bandages that bleeding tokens might be a thing coming up, because you said we need to do that for a reason. So I feel like this also works for that similar thing.
You always want a set of bandages.
Yeah, fair.
There might be other reasons, but that's... Okay, so we can just tidy away that there. Right, okay, so I think it's all the resources spent. We're going to put these into storage for
Nice. Nice.
Okay, there we go. Basic and basic. Can just archive that. Grab you. All right. So I should have grabbed you while I was there. I'm going to go grab the butcher so you can see him.
I'm excited and not at all terrified. Let's see him. Oh boy. Yeah, you showed me the painted mini you had of him.
Yeah.
Oh, what a guy.
He is quite a guy. I think no, I didn't show you him. I don't have this model for the butcher. I'll share you a picture of the model I've got for the butcher, which is an official butcher model, but it's different to this one. It's certainly a thing. But yeah, this is the butcher. I'm very much looking forward to fighting it, actually. This is a fight that I always really enjoy. It is always challenging and fun. I think this is one of the best designed monsters in the core game box.
Sick.
It's really, really good, and should be a fun time. But I think for now, we are ready. We just need to pick who we're taking with us, which we can do off camera and get the gear loaded up. So that's it.
All right. Well, we'll see you all very soon on the channel to go against the Butcher, and it's going to be a good time. I'm very excited too. Like, you know, I like this game because it can be challenging and scary and daunting, and I'm excited to see the Butcher in action. So we'll see y'all then for the next episode. Have a good one, and as always, a GG's.